Raider Nation, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to another great episode of the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones. Phil Robinson will be joining me momentarily. Got caught up in a little bit of traffic, so we'll see where he's at very soon. We have a lot to dig in and speak about tonight. First things first, league finally getting business done. We're going to have a season. Players are going to be getting checked out thoroughly multiple times to make sure that nobody's testing positive for corona. They're going to be going back and forth with this. So, with that being said, we're going to see where this goes. I mean, a lot of folks have been wondering whether or not, are they also going to have a preseason games? And lo and behold, we found out there will be no preseason games for the 2020 season. And, I'm fine with that. I know a lot of other folks are fine with not having a preseason this year, but you have to understand, you got to look at it from the other point of other players that are trying to make a roster spot. That's the thing. Not having preseason this year, not even one game, that's going to be a rough one. And then you're going to look at it it's going to be a couple of ugly games going from week 1 to 3, maybe weeks 1 to 4. So not having the preseason game, I can understand that. You're rushing into it. Everybody's supposed to be really reporting on the 28th. It's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, Rich, how you doing tonight? Whoo. Yeah, maybe even longer. But I'll read you guys some of the quick details. So, like I said, NFL Players Association, they have agreed on testing protocols. They will start with daily testing for the first 2 weeks, then go to every other day. If the positive test rate falls below 5%, I think everybody be fine with that. And I would love to see no one testing positive for this shit. This is it's a little uneasy, man. But like I said, I mean, you're gonna have a lot of guys not being able to show off in preseason their talent and skills and showing that, hey, I can make this 53-man roster. But that's the case right now. You're going to have to go all out in camp for this time period. Yeah, Christian, yeah. Many rookies, undrafted free agents, they're not going to really have the chance to really show that they can make the teams. It sucks. It really does. And, we tend to see a lot of diamond in the rough, especially with undrafted free agents, and they're really not going to be able to show. Wait, they'll stop the season if we start testing. Yeah. This, what can I say? This is a funny thing. But, and here's a message from the NFL Players Association. Our union has been pushing for the strongest testing, tracing, and treatment protocols to keep our players safe. The testing protocol we agreed to are one critical factor that will help us return to work safely and give us the best chance to play and finish the season. I mean, yeah. And yeah, Don, you're absolutely right. You're looking at the first couple of games of the season. I mean, it basically is preseason. So I feel like the league should say, we're going to hold, so you guys having like a 53-man roster. You guys can hold on to about 65, and then you go on and load. I think, if I do recall, they did say that you're going to be able to load up your depth chart on the practice squad. So if you got guys there that you want to keep on there, I mean, so be it. But really, I have to say this: with the work that the Raiders have been doing on the side, meeting at the park, this is actually, it's funny. It's actually going to play a major part in them being able to succeed this year. So, what Carr and other players have been doing, this is really going to help them out. It's really the major competitive edge that they have over majority teams, and I say even Tampa Bay has an edge as well. So this is going to be interesting. Everybody's just going to sit back and just wonder, how's week one going to look? Week one is going to look like it's going to look like the replacements out there. It's going to look like, how the hell did you get into football again? You're going to be looking at some players like, damn, you just look out of it. Week two, you're going to see some players get back into like, okay, I remember this play. He can get it done a little bit better than what he's been showing us on week one. Week three, I think everybody should kind of get back into that normal flux. And, week four, hey, everybody's back in business. Does it suck that we're going to have to wait maybe 4 weeks for players to really look like they're back in sync? Yeah. But I'm going to tell you this. Any of those teams that managed to take advantage of this during the first 4 weeks of the season, yo, get your wins. Get your wins and get your wins now. Don't just fall into the, we're kind of sluggish. We're not into full sync. No, I don't want to hear that. Look, if I'm the Raiders, damn sure wipe the floor with Carolina. You damn sure need to take care of New Orleans, because if New Orleans is not in sync, then damn it, that's a win right there. You got to take care of Buffalo. You got to take care of Tampa Bay. Look, those teams right there, if they're not in sync, starting 4-0 right there, that gives you literally the breathing room you need. And then you can go along the line later in the season, and you're looking like, my schedule's really not that bad. Damn it, run away with it. In a way, the way things are shaping up, it reminds you of like how the NBA season went into that lockout, and then the Heat took advantage and Dallas Mavericks took advantage. So what I'm saying is, if I'm the Raiders, I need to take full advantage of this by any means necessary. I'm opening up the floodgates on the playbook. I'm going to be real. Week one, defensively, I'm dropping blitzes. I'm hitting everybody hard, because not being adjusted to seeing that, shit, that's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be ugly for opposing teams. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm like, whatever we were doing, yes, Kev, I want better fucking execution. Whatever we were doing in these classes, I hope they took it up a notch, like times 20. Seriously, I hope they took it up a notch, times 20 in these online classes for the Raiders. I hope John basically picked apart every one of their brains to say, hey, if we're going to try to have a successful season, psychologically, mentally, we have to take the edge now. Because I'm gonna be real, and I even tweeted this out. The league had 8 months to prepare for this. 8 months. They pulled the Atlanta Falcons. They had a 28-3 lead and blew it. A 28-3 lead and blew it. And you're scrambling. Guys were supposed to be, I believe, reporting today. Rookies were supposed to be reporting today. And everybody's scrambling like to get this set up. Like, okay, we're going to have this set up for you guys. We're going to have that set up. We're going to make sure you guys are tested. That should have been done back in at least no later than the end of April. After the draft. You should have been working on that. You guys have plenty of folks to work on this. Fast forward to now, it's gotten done, but, you know, it was a sloppy job. But it is what it is. We got it done. Now, looking at how it's going to be for the fans, I'm going to be real here. You're going to be looking at about 25% of the fans in the stadium. We're going to be looking at maybe no fans in the stadium. I mean, there are certain ideals that I've heard that have been brought up that the NFL could do something like, how the Arena League has done it, and how, you know, Hockey League has done it. You know, just put the boards up. But we'll see how that goes, where we can make sure that, we can at least get about maybe 85% of the fans in there, but we'll see. We'll see how they go with this. I don't know if it's the definite answer, but we'll see what they're gonna see what they're gonna try to do. They're gonna try to see if they can get fans in. If they can't get fans in, it's gonna be 25%, or there's not gonna be any fans. So there's that. I'm going to catch up on some of your comments right here. Phil Robinson, he's on his way. Like I said, he's running a little bit behind. You know, they got to work him like a little dog out there. Asking to open Rich, you said asking to open up the playbook with a 1 week quarterback isn't easy. Yeah. Right, he's going to have to break out of this shit now because you got too many damn weapons to keep looking at Darren Waller. New Jersey, New York, LA. Yeah, there's not going to be any fans. Yeah, that's right. There's not going to be any fans for training camp. And I know definitely for us, there's not going to be any fans for training camp in Vegas. Yeah, I heard what Mark Davis said. He said that if there's no fans, I'm not going to be sitting at any of the games this year. And it's true. I'm going to be real. Everybody likes to come at Mark Davis a lot, but Mark Davis it's just he's gotten stuck in rough predicaments where everybody feels like, Mark Davis doesn't care about us, but Mark Davis really does care about the fans. There were some things that I heard that Mark Davis is trying to plan for next year, preseason games, where it's not just going to be at Vegas. He's probably going to try to have some games back in the Bay Area, I've heard. It was a rumor, apparently, but I don't know for sure or not. If that does happen, that would be great. He's trying to come back and give back to you guys. So trust and believe, Mark is a good guy. You guys he just didn't have the best options at the time. Everybody's against him. So anywho, moving forward, like I said, Mark Davis, he's not going to be sitting and watching the games because you guys are not there. And that's real. That is hella real. So we have a lot to look into on the defensive side of the ball. I know last week I showed you guys a lot of film with all 22, some of the condensed film, some of the things that I went and broke down with you guys, and we're going to kind of do something similar tonight with the defense side of the ball. And look, everybody's been saying, oh, you know, we got to have a top 10 defense. We got to have this. We got to have that. We're going to have a damn defense where, you know, that they're shooting fire out the mouth. What can I say? I mean, I don't blame you guys. You guys want a defense where they're in the top 15 at least. Look. Oh, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that, man. So we look at what we upgraded on defense this year. We added, you know, you adding Corey Littleton, you're adding Kibikowski, you're adding Prince Amukamara, Will Mullen, Arnett, Robertson. You got. There's so many key additions that you've added on defense this year where I'm like, damn, okay. Defense looks pretty solid. The thing about it, you know, we thought some of the key additions that we had and then some of the guys that we added in last year, we thought it was good enough. Damn, were we wrong? And you got to remember, and I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't care what anybody says. I see so much in Eric Harris that I wouldn't be shocked if he still started again. Yeah, I know we added Randall. I know we added Randall on the back end, but I have a weird feeling that you're going to see competition between Randall and Eric Harris. And, you know, the best guy that is here to join me, Phil Robinson.
Hello again to all my friends. Welcome. We've already been through all that. I'm sure Phil led into that. So let's jump to it.
So right now we're talking about on defensive upgrades, what we've added on right now. I'm going to get ready to crack open all 22 or, you know, just some condensed film where you guys can go back and look at that tragic defense that we had. And I'm going to be real.
Let me stop you right there. When you talk about tragic defense, let me tell you something.
Okay, one game that looked so damn tragic, I pulled my damn hair out.
No, it definitely could make you feel that way. But as a whole, that defense was a lot better than everybody wants to give them credit for. The problem with the defense was the fact that they were just on the field too goddamn long, and that the offense never bailed them out in the second half of games. That a bad defense dies with overexposure, and a young defense that hits the wall turns into a bad defense when the offense can't hold the football or generate points.
Yeah.
Honestly, Tommy, you're gonna laugh. The wife stole it. Oh my God, bitch! It's a cold game out here.
Oh, man.
The Minnesota Vikings and the tragedy in Minneapolis.
I'm going to be real here. That was
an all-out all three-phase beating. They got whooped in every phase of the game. I don't know if it was 40 degrees outside of the U.S. Bank Stadium or if somehow Minnesota is this great party town that nobody's ever heard of unless you live in the great white north. But the Raiders did not show up to play. on offense, on defense, on special teams, coaching. The ball boy was screwed up once or twice, I'm sure.
Look, don't you dare blame the ball boy.
The ball boy.
The ball boy was like, Coach, I'm trying all my hardest.
I don't want to hear that shit. But it was a complete and total failure all the way around. Dalvin Cook got off on the run defense that had previously been fairly stout up to that point, and they just could not get anywhere close to Kirk Cousins.
Oh man, don't get me started on that one.
And it was a sound beating, a drubbing, not even a drumming, a drubbing. You don't even hear words like that anymore when you talk about somebody getting their ass whooped.
This man says,
John Davis.
He says, "Sir, you had gotten a drubbing."
A drubbing.
Right, when you look at it from all 22, it's ugly.
Mollywopped.
You know, I think I got it right here.
The whole don't leave it at just DC. It was everybody. It was everybody. And even he would admit that he just played like an absolute dog in that game against the Vikings.
Yeah, this game was the definition of accountability. Okay, I got it. Because really, it was that opening drive. So it was like pull your eye. It was like gouge your eyes out, and you're just like, Jesus, help me.
It's
so,
kind of
hey,
game,
man, how you doing, man? Happy Monday. So we're going to take a look at our defense and this big play that just literally got blown up. And that's why I said that you place the upgrades that we've added on our defensive side of the ball. I'm going to be real. It doesn't happen.
You would like to believe that it wouldn't happen, but when you come out that flat, that's more than just the sum of your parts.
Well, it was lack of discipline on that drive too, because they gave up like an all-size penalty. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Starting off, they were ready to stop the run. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's Dalvin Cook. You know, you can hold him to about 3 to 4 yards. That's pretty solid right there.
Right.
But it was just like, it's hesitation. You can see a delay. And you can tell that not having the presence of Benson Mayowa that game showed a lot. It was, why are you taking a guy that already has multiple sacks, that was actually one of the top 5 sack leaders in the league from weeks 1 to 3?
That was a game of questionable decision making, and Gunther's put together a couple of those games where they've been some very questionable decision making, questionable personnel. One of those things that just begged the question: well, was he hurt and we just didn't know it?
The funny thing about it, when you go back and look at the tweets that Benson Mayo was sharing back during the season, back during the all season, it was a lot of discuss, like I'm being mistreated again wrongly, because this was something similar to what happened to him in
Dallas
under Reggie McKenzie's regime.
Oh,
that you get Khalil Mack, and then I get pushed to the side, where you could have had him and Mack. That could have been a whole difference maker that 2014 season. Not a whole difference, but I'm saying it could have been a help.
No, that's real.
So I'm gonna, how I do it. I'm gonna screen share with you guys.
Film time.
Get your popcorn ready, ladies and gents.
And I'm all out of beer. It's gonna be a
real
real
shame. I tell you what, boy. Application window. Here we go.
You see, Brad, when you see that kind of stuff, it really just grinds my gears.
All right, let me see if I can pull this up.
Strong left, single back formation, trips to twins to the right.
Tell me if it's playing. Is it playing?
Yeah.
It's I'm trying to slow it down.
Ooh. Oh, when the whole world, and you know what's really awesome about this particular play is they sold out. They sold out to commit to the run. That's 7 in the box. Well, that's not technically selling out, but that's 7 in the box. All keying in on Dalvin Cook, and every single one of them bites on the fake on the play action.
I think it's worse. I put it like this. I don't know if you guys can see the arrow. You know what? Can you guys see the arrows? Can you see it? Just tell me yes or no.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can they see it? Let's see.
Yep, says yes.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out who is this right here.
3 over. No,
that's a 4-3 over. No, 4-3 under. 4-3 under right there.
Yeah, right.
You got Burfict. You got Whitehead right here. I'm trying to remember who the hell this was. I think that was Wilbur.
Yeah, that early in the season, I didn't think he started playing till later. Could that
remember this game we were dropping like flies at linebacker.
Okay.
So,
but in any case, the play.
Let's see if I can get it to like work with me. Right here. All right. You're thinking right here, okay, all right. You see, look, 1, 2 linebackers already that over pursued. Now, this is where everything gets funky. Why didn't Carl Joseph stay originally back where he was? He played the run.
From 15 yards, 20 yards back, 18 yards back. He's playing nothing but run. Has no idea.
He played it too soon.
He's still on the hash. He hasn't technically played it too soon yet.
I'm gonna tell you this: if I'm the wide receiver, I'm gonna tear your ass up.
Well, and so there were two because your shallow drag was wide open, cutting to the left. And I thought for sure that's where he was going only until I saw, I believe that is Thielen coming back from the left, going to the right with less than nobody in that deep right part of the field to stop. He put a stiff arm on one guy and just kind of waltzed into the end zone because 8 guys were man on the run. One guy was out doing his own thing and 2 guys were practicing the trail technique.
Now, because originally with Tahir Whitehead right here, he should have been playing home and then pursuing. He went right into full pursuit.
Which goes to show you just how much the defensive line was getting dominated, because right now, as it stands, as you say that the linebackers took off early, I'm looking at this guard who's probably going to attempt to chip the defensive end and work his way to the second level.
Yeah, get ready to
if he were to just go straight to the linebacker, I'd have handed off the football. It would have been hard for me not to hand off the football.
Like the way this play action play went, this was like a hard old play action stretch where damn near Peyton Manning could get away with murder.
I was just getting ready to say, just the way that Peyton used to run these, that good old stretch that he did with that long, drawn out handoff and pull it back.
Remember how he used to get away with like a 10-yard touchdown with that shit?
I mean, with the longest stretch in the world, this dude's hand was just like in slow motion.
Let's see, like from familiarity of like Kirk Cousins. He ran this in Washington, so it was like I'm already comfortable doing this. I ran this in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see.
And he pulled it quick.
Right here. That's why I said he's an already pursued for the run. He can't see.
Nope. More importantly,
he's already thinking
directions.
He's supposed to stay home. He's a single high safety on this play. He's supposed to stay home. He's an already over pursued for run. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if you already have guys that's going to manage to get here, let me see if I can pull up right there. You already say if it was a run, Hankerson's right here. Linebacker's going to manage to get right here because they didn't went into like they didn't went into a double team on Josh Morrow.
Ran power on him.
Remember, you still got a corner over on this side as well.
Also have a wide receiver.
Yeah. So you still got a 50-50 fighting chance to stop this run if it is a run.
So
give him no excuse to be in a pursuit mode.
To be moving off it, not only moving off his spot, but not even looking at what's going on around him. Because now that Kirk Cousins is broken and he's seeing Kirk Cousins breaking, he stopped changing directions and he's got no hope of catching the dragger across the middle. And when he starts to move with him, we see Thielen coming up wide open right behind him. And that was a really common issue with Joseph, is that if you ran a receiver and scraped him across his face, maybe about 5 yards short of him, his eyes would immediately go to that receiver. His feet would stop. He'd even cheat and start moving forward, and you could hit right behind him.
Hey, yo, screw that. I got 2 broken ankles right here.
There's zero excuse. Oh, yeah.
He broke his ankles.
God.
Look, I'm gonna be real. That's bad. You got your ankles broken
by Kirk Cousins. Look at him. He thinks he's dodging bullets in the Matrix. Look at him.
Hey, look. You know, if I really wanted to edit this, I've been like, slide to the left, slide to the right. Oh, God, stop. But right here now, Carl Joseph has to get adjusted, and he's like, oh, shit. Oh, where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? He's got to hurry up and drop back. And then you got right here, you don't know, because this is Diggs right here. Diggs will be
already open. He's already open. And going to continue to be open.
Ooh, man.
So Joseph actually changes direction nicely and gets back. He's not going to get there, but he starts turning, at least in a position where he can make a tackle.
But the thing about it, now it takes some, like I said, you're a single high safety. You're supposed to play home and see whether or not, okay, where's the play going? Now he's committed to covering Diggs on this play versus if he stayed home originally right here, he would have got a better eye and seen, okay, it's gonna be a play action crossing route.
I got a better question. What the hell is Tahir Whitehead looking at? What he should be staring down Kirk Cousins, and he's over there looking at the running back. Completely clueless.
Oh my goodness, that's a good eye. Hey, look, Raider Nation, I told you guys yesterday we were going to show some defensive film. Well, damn, whoever was defending Tahir Whitehead, I can understand if you're trying to defend him because he got stuck at middle linebacker, but this is outside linebacker.
That's his position.
This is the will.
That is his position. What he was brought in to do.
He was not worth the money. I say this, PJ Hall's the only one that sees.
It's not even. He's
the only one. No, screw that. Look, I know I give PJ Hall hell, but he's the only one that has eyes on Kirk Cousins.
Wilbur does too.
Last minute.
Wilbur does too.
He does.
PJ Hall is actively moving towards Kirk Cousins.
He didn't get engulfed by the line. That's what I'm saying.
No, he scraped across. He beat his guy, so he was able to change direction and see. And as you can see, my man Vontaze Burfict is breakdancing on the hash.
Get down with your bad self.
But you watch that clip, and not only did Tahir Whitehead pump the brake, he pumped the brakes, came to a stop, and still couldn't find Kirk Cousins directly in front of him.
Dog, that
is horrible. That's a bad play. That is a really bad play.
So my whole thing right here is, I can't. You even put that on Paul Gunther?
This is a naked bootleg. There is literally nobody
right here. Hold up. So the slant that we gave Paul Gunther during this game, I can't put this on Gunther, bruh.
Not on this play, because if you look at it with the way it was lined up, this was the right call.
He was supposed to stay home. Like I said, the outside linebacker was supposed to stay home.
And they would have seen
and not commit right away.
And he would have had Kirk Cousins in the backfield or rushing the throw and if he rushed the throw at this point, you might even see Joseph be able to make a play on it.
But the thing about it, if Whitehead stayed where he was, this is probably force him run out of bounds. This is probably a touchdown saver if his eyes are right here.
Another one of those Del Rio eye violations.
Dude, that is bad.
And the thing, he almost got hidden by the sky cam. But continue. Let us finish the play.
Oh, man. I need a drink.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh.
And at that point, because as you see, Diggs is still open.
I'm trying to go back. Hold up.
Might have to do it manually and just drag it.
I'll take it back. Hold up. I took it back way too far. Wait, hold up.
No, that's where the other receiver was.
Hold up. Shit.
No, that wasn't the same play. Was it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I went further. I went further back. Hold up. Was this the same one?
Mm-hmm. And there was a rub. Got a nice little rub. Here we go. That's the. Yep, just sold out.
Look at that. First, though, it just all that space.
For starters, that's pass interference.
What up? No, yo, hold up, dude. My eyes do not deceive me. Everybody's rushing to Kirk Cousins. Why is he still like in the same damn spot?
He took a half a step to his right. Now he's actually covered by the sky cam.
He's in the way.
He is.
Let me see if I can go. Let me see if I can go back to this. You said there was interference right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see hands. He actually, wow, yeah, he actually tried to like hold.
He realized it at that point. He was like, "Uh-oh," because your safety is in no position to make that play because he's completely sold out.
You want me to crush some dreams right now?
This is the unfiltered truth, and we've had a lot of dead air. So go ahead and give it to him.
Damn, Dalvin Cook looking wide open right here.
Mm-hmm. That is disgraceful. Start that play at the beginning.
Yeah.
I just want to see where exactly Tahir Whitehead was when this play started because he stayed inside the hashes. Oh, okay, so he was just outside. All right.
Damn.
And never gets out from between the hashes. Look at him finally breaking down to come back the other way.
No, I see it, and this is bad.
That's the first touchdown. We have many more to go through.
Oh, bro. Oh man.
You're right, Tawan. It was tough. It was one of those things where I was at work trying to sneak it in on my iPad, and I was just sick to my stomach
Almost broke his arm
for the rest of the day. Wish that I hadn't even tried to coordinate my time to take my lunch and watch this.
This man was ready to go back to work.
No, that's real.
I'm gonna be real. This joint was so bad, I decided to cook dinner for everybody.
Just turn it off.
Curtis Riley. You know what? Let's see if I can. See if I can get a second score up there. Let's see. I think this is nah. Happy Feet. Yeah, this is a drive. They about to score. Let me see. Was it 9:30? Y'all bear with me. And now I might get all silent on you. Like, what the hell? Nah, it wasn't this drive. It was.
Got to get better on special teams.
Yeah, that's another thing, man. That's. You gotta give the Foster Moreau, man. You got down there. I'm gonna be real. Raiders need a new kicker, bro. I just feel like there were too many missed field goals. Too many.
There were, but you got to get more out of your you're out of your offense than just field goals.
You know, yeah, this is the first time they managed to pursue right here. So I'm gonna show some positive.
That was a good rep by Maurice Hurst. Slam.
What?
Key running himself out of the play.
Hold up. Damn, it's like it doesn't want to pause for me.
And it's the all 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to make this thing with a clicker. It does kind of suck that you can only rewind play blocks and don't have a slow motion.
See, like, I can, you know what? I can get it programmed to where it can be set up on like a clicker movement. I'm gonna have to upgrade. I'm gonna add a little software to it. All right, so let's see. We're running. We'll win. And then a single back.
So wing
It's
to the right.
Wing tight.
Trips right with a tight end. Wing and a wide receiver to the left.
Yeah, it's trips tight. All right. Let's see. We're in a shit. Let me see. Yeah, they're in nickel package. All right, because you got. Oh god, that's what's in the slot. I was like, damn, Mike, what's this little small motherfucker in the slot? I was like, wait, that's Joyner.
Come join us.
All right, so what's odd? Farrell should have been on this side. I would have kicked Arden Key to this side. So, that's personnel.
Well, you see why almost immediately that Farrell was over there, because Key is running himself out of plays, and if he's running himself out of plays and you're giving a tight end a free release on a linebacker or a safety, they suddenly have numbers in the run game.
Not even that. I feel like, excuse me. I feel like the word was already out about Art. It's kind of out like about Arden. He was like, oh, I mean, we're gonna run on this side. They ran right on his side.
right at him. If you let the play run, I'm pretty sure it goes right through that hash that he's sitting on at the 12. Keep going. Keep going.
You got taken out.
Keep going. No, he overran it, ran straight back. Keep going. And Dalvin Cook literally runs at the exact spot he lined up at.
The thing about it, he's too high. Your man's bigger than you. But you know what? This is the other thing I've said countless times. Arden Key has to put weight on.
Yep.
He does not have the strength. He does not have the weight. He has the height. He has the so-called speed on the outside, but you have height and speed and no strength as a lineman. That shit ain't gonna help. It's a waste.
You got height and speed with no leverage, and that's his key problem, is that he has no leverage. He could convert speed to power if he could get his pads down and get in proper position. But he's approaching every snap like a track star.
Yeah. But like I said, this shit don't make no damn sense. The fact that yeah, it is embarrassing. And when I keep hearing folks saying like, "Oh, you know, we're not seeing Arden Key's full potential," I'm like, bro, the reason why we're not seeing Arden Key's full potential is because Arden Key is not giving us his full potential because Arden Key doesn't want to put 250 pounds on. Arden Key weighs as much as your daughter in high school. Your daughter weighing probably about $120. That's what Arden Key weigh, $120.
Soaking wet.
Shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, but you know, on reality, Arden Key's weighing what?
235.
I think it was 230. It was 232. Anybody ever seen a 232-pound defensive end? Please tell me, name one 232-pound defensive end that is succeeding. Someone tell me. Reach out to me. Tell me.
Lorenzo Belmontes.
Nah. So that's what I'm saying. And you know, I'm gonna go back. Let me kick back to that play. You know, he walks like, you know, and then we got a better view right here.
Right. Watch. Look at that 10-yard, that right where Key is. Runs right through. That's exactly where they run.
I think they get killed right here in the passing game.
Quads to the right.
Screen.
Not
Guess
killed.
who got eaten alive by it again? Just too little, too late. I'm gonna tell you this. Cleveland Farrell has the best cardio.
He does a lot of chasing.
But you know the thing about it, it's not coming from his side, but it's man chasing.
Those are some wide
open man. Shit, yeah.
Wide open holes.
Bruh, oh my gosh. Gary Conley. Oh my god. Looking at Gary Conley trying to shed off a block, it looks like pee-wee football.
So then that's why they traded you. So there's no effort there.
And see, here's the thing right here. Defense is actually doing a solid job right here within this first quarter. Gary Conley just fell apart, bro. He was just the odd man out. Because everybody else, like, defensively trying to stop the run, they were doing good at that time, but over pursued on the screen. And
that wasn't bad.
Well, they were getting gassed.
Yeah.
You losing linebackers. They were getting injured.
And PJ Hall is getting a push. So to your point, Robbo, block, that's why they went out and got Malik Collins. Malik Collins wins early from the line of scrimmage. Well, I really sincerely hope we get better film to break down. But we Phil and I both agreed that this was probably the worst game they played all season long.
And see, I'm going to tell you this. The difference maker right here with our defensive upgrade, you having speed on the outside. With, like I said, having Corey Littleton, even Kwiatkowski, Kirk Cousins not making that run. I don't give a damn what you say. He's not making that run. I went back and looked at the games that Littleton and Kwiatkowski shutting down Kirk Cousins, and that shit wasn't flying.
I mean, when you got linebackers that are so eager, linebackers and safeties who are so eager to vacate their responsibility and to shed it, you get plays like this because you look at that and I mean it's just like you hear Lou Rawls in the background. I see fields of green.
I'm gonna give you guys a fun fact. That first touchdown play where the secondary looked discombobulated and whatnot. Fun fact: the Packers looked at that game and ran the same exact play on us
for the same exact result.
Yeah, Packers and word was Packers were probably going to try to run that twice against us in that game, but it never happened. I think we had managed to get an interception or something. But anywho, right here, this play
is eating consistently, Rob. That's the problem. And if he wanted to be a man about his, he'd have cut it inside and went ahead and took that to the house.
Defense there, and you know who's on that side? Max Crosby. His presence makes a difference.
And Vontaze Burfict when he's not breakdancing in the backfield.
Oh man, hold up. Who whiffed? Here we go. Who whiffed? Tight end screen. You know what? Who's asking for Worley to come back? I'm gonna be real. Look, I ain't trying to be friends with these players. Look, they got a damn job to do. Look, I ain't paying these motherfuckers and anything. I'm saying this. Look, first off, you're whiffing. Wrap up. Why are you going for the ankles? Wrap up. Wrap up. It's not that hard. Wrap up. Not that hard, Phil. I could scream this, I could preach this, wrap up the player. That's it.
Now, to answer, Kev, when you look at this particular film, you got to put that on the players because, and I know we came in dogging him about this, but when you turn on the film and you look at that, you just see such abysmal play recognition, multitude of eye violations.
I can't put this on Gunther.
Quick to run away, shed your responsibility, shirk your responsibilities to start doing your own thing, and this looks bad. This is like I said from the beginning. The players got their hats handed to them in all three phases, and you look at this and you ask, who are your standouts? Who did what they were supposed to do? This is where Max, the game before Max started full-time starting.
Yeah. Really, I say this. I do you one better. Kansas City brought them down to earth in that week 2 game. Everybody was so high on that first week 1 win against Denver. Everybody's chanting FAB because AB left. Everybody, basically, I'm going to say this. Unpopular opinion. Everybody was so hyped up on that week 1 was trying to clap back at AB that they came back down to reality and got their ass smacked. Not once, but twice. We tried to use it was basically you try to use the hype of that and it went flat.
They needed more. They needed more, and they had a classic letdown game. And it's not even that they had a classic letdown game because of such. They started out strong in the first quarter, and what happened was they started getting confused. And they got confused, and then when they got confused, the speed hit them. And what you see right here in week 3 with the safeties with Carl Joseph became a trend. And like I referenced earlier, what opposing teams saw was that if you scrape somebody across his face, all his focus transfers to the man in front of him, and you can easily sneak somebody behind him on a post, on a Mills if you got twins on one side, or you can run a deep cross from the other side of the field, and by the time he realizes that receiver is coming, it's already too late.
So in other words, something that I was saying a while ago, Carl Joseph was a liability in the secondary.
Box safety.
Now everybody's like, "Whoa, he got that interception against bro." You can get an interception, but if you can't cover in open field, if you can't cover in open field, that's a problem. Short field, we know what he can do, and we've seen it. And I gotta give him his props on that. But the fact of the matter is, with the way this league is, you can't cover going like further out. That's a problem. I mean, you see him bring him back?
No, because the Carl Joseph we saw for the Raiders wasn't the Carl Joseph we saw at West Virginia. Now, the defense was different. The 4-2-5 made it a little easier for him. He had a little bit more help, so he was just strictly able to read the quarterback and go to the football. But in terms of the defenses that he's played in, the only time, the best he plays is when he's moving forward.
Yeah.
And as much as I beat the drum for Carl Joseph, I loved me some Carl Joseph. Put on his table was just starstruck. Like, we got a guy who can just lay out wide receiver, lay out running backs, who can cover, get back there and pluck a ball out of the sky. And then we didn't.
I'm gonna be real here. Like, and that's why I kept preferring to see Eric Harris out there versus seeing Carl Joseph or Curtis Riley out there. I mean, between Carl Joseph and Curtis Riley, I take Carl Joseph. But I'm gonna be real here. You're gonna have it's gonna be a battle between Demarius Randall and Eric Harris for that position. You're gonna have a camp battle. Those two fighting for that spot, and then you got Abrams right there. I mean, to be honest, you look at the depth that they have in that secondary now on that back end, especially with the safeties. Having Jeff Heath as well. Phil, I'm gonna be real. It's a bigger upgrade than what they were looking at before. You got quarterback tackle now. That's another thing.
Anytime your defense goes from the guy who led your secondary in interceptions is suddenly the weakest link on your defense, you've made significant upgrades to it. I like Jeff Heath. What he brings to the table. I like the veteran leadership he can offer. I like the familiarity with playing deep halves, with being able to get back and pick off a pass and not get beat over the middle by post routes and deep crosses.
Right.
With Demarius Randall, my problem is his total and complete Dion primetimeism. If he's not going for the ball, he sure ain't going for the tackle. And that kind of scares me. I wonder about Abram. I love what he brings. I love his spirit. I love his energy. I saw his body hold up for exactly a quarter.
See, and this is the other thing. I go back to Hard Knocks, and I feel like the younger guys try to put on too much of a damn show.
Mm-hmm.
And they did stuff. And if Abrams, Farrell, or shit, I go down the list. I mean, I'm just, dude, that
Kev.
was frustrating.
Yeah, Abrams has definitely got to pick his shots. He wants now. See, the problem with not the problem, but the issue with Abrams. Abram is an old-fashioned Ronnie Lott style headhunter. So
yeah,
he is the guy that's hitting you square right here with his forehead. The kid on your Pee Wee team that used to run around bending his face mask because he was always squaring up what he hit with his face. Since he can't do that anymore, he's now trying to compensate, take weird angles to the football. And in this league, the guys that he's tackling are going to be a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and a lot more dense. And so, like Josh Jacobs, I wonder about their bodies, and I hope that they found a better way to prepare their bodies and to take care of their bodies so that they can hold up for the entirety of the season, because we are going to need them.
No, that's real.
Are desperately going to need both of them to play at premier levels in order to have a chance to compete in this division.
That's real, right? 100%. But like I said, I just look back at how they had Hard Knocks, and I just feel like guys were doing extra. Guys were just trying to be on the spotlight.
Habitually eating
them in the ass.
And that happens with everybody who goes on Hard Knocks. You get so wrapped up with seeing your face and trying to put on a show that you don't pay the greatest attention to what it is that you're actually supposed to be doing.
Not even that, but you're trying to stay to yourself and you got cameras walking around watching your every move, you feel uncomfortable. It is stressful. Like everybody was seeing how much Trent Brown was eating, and I'm like, bro, that is leave the man alone. Leave the man alone. Everybody want to call him a habitual fat person. Leave the man alone. And I look at Trent Brown like this year, he's cut back on weight. He shed down, and it looks great. It looks great. And I'm just say this: having them on that right side now with your height, your strength, and now you're shedding a little bit of weight, and you're going to add a little bit of speed to yourself. That's going to be even better.
Short area quickness, not having so much, not having legs be cement blocks.
But I mean, overall, you look at, like I said, you look at the defense. You bring Malik Collins,
Kowski, Littleton, Heath,
Littleton. You bring Kowski. You bring damn, I say his name, Carl Nassib.
Nassib or Nassib?
Nassib. You bring Carl Nassib in, and you're just like, okay, he's not that bad. This is a solid guy that you can kick him inside on a pass rush, have him kick inside, you can kick him back out of DN on run plays, and use him as pass plays. He can kick out at linebacker too. So they got enough guys on this team that can handle certain positions, or they can do more than what the positions they're asking them to do. I feel like the Raiders are in a better position on defense. When I go back and look at some of the stuff with Paul Gunther, is it all on him? I'm going to say no, because there was that disconnected communications between him and his players. It was like either his players just weren't there, and then sometimes it looked like, were you doing something else, Paul? Were you trying to tell them like, oh, wait, let's not go with this play, let's go with this play last minute? I'm just like, looking at that performance from them in that Vikings game, looking at Tahir Whitehead, still looking at the running back, and you didn't see Kirk Cousins just pull a whole hell of a bootleg on your ass to set up for a score. You still looking back there like a damn fool.
Absolutely.
So, and Kevin, you said it's not all on him, but he's got to get his shit together because America. You know, that's absolutely, he does have to get his shit together. He does have to make sure we get this together. So, other than that, I mean, Phil, you got anything else to hit on?
So I'll talk about this defense for a quick minute, real quick. The defense is much better. The talent base, the speed base is far superior to anything that you've seen. They actually have real linebackers that are respected throughout the league. Is Corey Littleton going to come out and be Brian Urlacher? No, I don't expect him to. But if he plays his game, he will fill a hole in the defense and help cut out those intermediate routes, corral some of those running backs, and stop a tight end when it comes to his side. Kwiatkowski was loved by Chicago. They didn't want to see him leave. Aaron Rodgers actually made a point to know where he was on the field at all times. That's how much respect he got from a future Hall of Famer, was that he needed to know where he was at all times, coordinating the defense and whatnot. A lot of the issue that we had with Paul Gunther's defense was that nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Nobody knew where to line up. Nobody knew how to execute the defense. And that was more of what Vontaze Burfict's role was with the team than his actual physical abilities, was the fact that he knew how to get guys lined up and he knew how to execute the defense the way that it was supposed to. Kwiatkowski, sorry. And you should see Trayvon Mullen missed a few balls by a millisecond, and that's to be expected for a rookie. Don't expect it's hard for a rookie to come in and judge the speed of this game in a short amount of time. Those who can do that are truly special. But make no mistake, Mullen is going to be a dog out there, and Arnett continues with the disrespect. Everybody disrespects Arnett. You listen to him, you think this dude was garbage. This dude had the second best passer rating against only to Jeff Okudah because nobody was throwing to Jeff Okudah. They were all picking on him, and he still had a better passer rating against than everybody else, aside from the guy that they were not throwing to. This guy gets up in your face. He's the perfect size. Is he a tall corner? No, but that means that he can fit right inside your jersey and be that pesky guy that you can't get rid of. He's got a freaking Mount Everest-sized chip on his shoulder. He was getting disrespected in the draft process, talking about how he wanted to quit when he was looking out for his family. This guy is I feel, let me walk that back, because the last time I said somebody was going to be a star, it didn't quite work out that way. But I feel that this guy has got it all. He's fearless in the run game. You're not going to see him running away from a tackle. You're not going to see him shying away from a blocker. You see him taking on blockers, fighting through screens to make stops on receivers in the backfield. All in all, this young talent that we've brought in are not, who did we compare him to? Aqib Talib.
Yeah, I compared him. Yeah. I compared him to Aqib Talib, and then day 2 of the draft, so John Reed said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. But what you have is a lot of A-type personalities on defense. And that's exactly what you need, exactly what we've been lacking, because the reality is that nice guys don't win football games.
No. And he has that winning mentality, Phil. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, nice guys don't win football games. Nice guys don't play defense. You can't be nice. You got to be a nasty guy who enjoys inflicting pain and stealing from other people to play defense. That is literally your job description.
Hey, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, it's upgraded. We got speed on the outside, even in the inside at linebacker. The speed inside, like interior on the line. And you have more help from the edge. So the Raiders are in a better situation, but Paul Gunther is going to have to make sure these guys are in the right position to succeed. He needs to make sure that everybody is on the same page to make sure that his defense is.
I don't think so, to be honest with you. I hear what you're saying, and he does need to make sure that they're all in the right spot, but they actually have athletic ability. And when you have a defense with athletic ability, you can turn them loose. You send guys when you actually think they'll get home. The problem with the blitzing in last season was that they weren't getting there. You send your defensive end. Your defensive end can get around the corner but can't tackle anybody. You linebackers can blitz but can't fight their way through the line and get picked off. And Hurst is a nice guy, and he's not racking up 20 sacks a year either, is he?
Doing better than what I've been seeing out of PJ Hall. Doing better than what Arden Key's been doing.
Absolutely, he has. Absolutely, he has.
So, We can say that about Maurice Hurst being on nice, but he's still doing his damn job. Got him and Malik Collins on the same on the line at the same time. That's gonna be nice.
Having to commit double teams to Malik Collins is going to help the defensive front tremendously in the pass rush. Because towards the middle of the season and the end of the season, you see Max Crosby getting the Khalil Mack treatment where the whole right side of the line was focused on him, and they singled up the rest of the defensive line on the left.
Yeah. And the funny thing about this right here, when you're talking about that, we're running these blitzes and they're not working. I mean, look at the guys that are running these blitzes and it's not working. Who did you see pursuing on the edge? It was Arden Key, who, like I said, the man weighs as much as a high school student.
It hurts. He looked like a basketball player. He looks like he should be running the 3 for Phoenix.
Nah, bro. I'd have him demolished at the 3. 2, you have your linebackers in Whitehead, Morrow, and Morrow's height and size. He's being like moved around.
He should, with his height, weight, and speed, he should have been playing safety. Whoever put Morrow in there as a linebacker at 6 foot and 224 pounds was doing that man a disservice.
That was Reggie actually. But how can you expect a successful blitz from Tahir Whitehead, and this motherfucker literally got faked out by Kirk Cousins on that bootleg?
Can't see the quarterback on a naked bootleg directly in 10 yards in front of him with just him and Kirk Cousins. And still
you just proved my point. That's what I'm saying. You have the upgrades of Littleton, Kwiatkowski, and I'm gonna be real. You're gonna end up seeing I say his name. Kid from Clemson. I literally just had Tanner Muse. I'm gonna be real. You're gonna see Tanner Muse out there more.
Mm-hmm. You're right, Kev. It is sad, but talking about that, I expect to see an improved defense. I've watched some of as much workout videos as have been circulated about Carr. I would venture to say the more impressive workout videos have been Max's. Max is putting in the work. Max is working his ass off.
Put in muscle.
Max is going to be a problem.
Max don't let the league know why you should have voted him for defensive rookie of the year.
Max is going to be a problem. If he's been able to keep the speed or even add to the explosiveness along with all the strength that he picked up, Max is going to be embarrassing guys in one-on-ones.
Yeah.
So. And he gets to work against Trent Brown in practice every day. So you see that. So he's going to work against those long arms. He's going to work against that massive mountain of a guy. He is going to eat. He should eat. I like the UNLV rookie too.
Definitely.
Jaden White's game, how it translates, and if he can do something.
Yeah.
He doesn't need Marinelli up his ass. He is all fired up on his own. He don't need no help.
Nah, that's gonna be real good. We got speed, especially in the linebacker position, bro. I mean, that's something that we hadn't had in shit. I can go down the list since
going back to Thomas Howard
and Kirk Morris. God rest Thomas Howard's soul, but I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. But that's all I got for y'all. I got my
that's same with me.
They were disrespected on Madden, but let's be honest. Until they prove it, nobody's gonna show them any love with any type of rating. And honestly, with how little they've won overall in the last 20 years, you got to stop and you just got to realize that that's the way it should be. We can't just hand out ratings just because we think. At some point, you got to play. At some point, you got to produce. At some point, you got to do something.
Oh man,
it was so beautiful.
The outcry. The outcry. That was funny. The outcry I saw about Madden last week. He's a 79. Derek Carr's a 79. This is not fun. That's not right. He's 20 times. He's better than Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, well, you got to get those wins. You got to put up more than 21 touchdowns.
Let me just tell you, Stan, something. This is my hate for the day. The fact that the Raiders' offense was ranked 85 and their quarterback was ranked 79 should tell you all you need to know. I'm done. Good night.
Wow. All right, you guys. Well, that be's it. You guys take care. Look, you guys can go back, recap the show on Periscope.
No, we shouldn't.
The Unfiltered.
No, we shouldn't.
I'm gonna fight you. I'm trying to let these. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Please, no, bro. No. I think he was 80 last year. He wasn't 80. Yeah.
Yeah, 80. He was 80 like last year. Yeah, like when you had the last roster update, the last 2-3 weeks, they had dropped him to a 79, then brought him back up to 80. Yeah. But other than that, we're gonna wrap it up. You guys can catch the show on our YouTube page, The Unfiltered Truth. Go on and give that a follow. Go and subscribe to it. We'll have everything up there for you guys to go back and recap other shows. We're on Spotify. You can look that up on Spotify. Look up The Unfiltered Truth. Look up that on iTunes and iHeartRadio, Google Play Podcasts. Going to give IE Sports Radio a follow. Going to subscribe to them for more and great, exciting shows that we have, from basketball to baseball to hockey. That's coming back right now. So you guys want to stay informed with that, especially with our boxing UFC shows. So stay tuned, because we're actually going to have Wilder
and Fury
Part 3 in Vegas at our stadium. So subscribe to some of these shows on IE Sports Radio where you guys can get informed. Other than that, that's it. You guys take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your night.